Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, welcome back. And it's the best day of the week because it is Face Beat Friday. Thank you for tuning in. If this is your first time seeing me, hi, my name is B, and every week on this channel we do a makeup tutorial, review, or something to that nature for Face Beat Friday. Now if you did not check out my last video, go ahead and click this little bubble up here on top of the screen. But if you were here last time, then you already know what we're doing. Alright, we are about to premiere on this channel the Juvia's Place mini eyeshadow palettes. Now in my last video I asked you all to give me your opinion on your favorite palettes, and I'm glad that I did, because that's why y'all are here, because we're here. Okay, we're here, that's why you're here. Okay, because your top two were my top two. So I'm going to make sure that I use the berries and the chocolates palette. I'm not going to go into extreme detail about my face makeup because that's not what we're here for today. Okay, if you want to know how I do my face on the everyday basis, I'm gonna leave a whole bunch of videos down in the description box. Pick one. Okay, so without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into it. One more thing before we get started, I almost forgot. I am of course using my new brushes by Juvia's Place. I guess Cairo is excited too because mommy's excited. But I will be using my brushes from Juvia's Place. I will give a full review of these brushes on a later date, but I just want to let y'all know. Alright, let's go ahead. So I have not used this primer on my channel in a long time, so I am going to use the washable eye glue stick by the Crayon Case to prime my eyes for this look. I don't know what we're going to do, but I do know that it needs to stick, so I'm going to use a glue stick. Alright, so we're going to start out of the chocolates palette with that very first color that gave me all of my everything, which is this nice brown. And we're just going to use a blending brush, and that's going to be our transition color. Ooh, look at how that pays off. I put the smallest amount on this brush. And look at that already. And I think this primer is already helping. And so I'm not adding anything else to this brush. I'm just moving it around. Oh, that's a pretty chocolate there. Now I'm just picking up what fell out in the pan, and I'm doing the other side. And honestly, I'm loving how they're gliding on top of this primer. Next, I am going to go into the berries palette and take this nice deep plum. And I'm just kind of creating a little arc as I'm blending this color in. So I'm like kind of drawing a little rainbow. Y'all see that? How it's like a little bit of a rainbow there. I'm starting off by using windshield wiper motions, but doing it in an arc. So I'm going to do it nice and slow so you can see. I'm pushing up nice and slow into an arc. And once I kind of have the color how I like it, how I want it, then I am taking small circles backwards and forwards in that same shape, in that same kind of rainbow shape. Okay, next we're going to take a nice flat eyeshadow brush. This is coming out of that turquoise palette as well. It's nice and flat. And we're going to take this hot pink. And I like this pink because it has a tiny bit of shimmer. You don't really see it at first, but when you really look into the pan, it has a tiny bit of like some gold flecks in there. And I am literally just placing that in the center of the center of the rainbow that we created. I'm not blending it out. I am just pressing it into the skin. Alright, now we're going to take that very first color, that very first nice burgundy color out of the Berries palette, which I have made no secret is my favorite color out of this palette. And we're going to put that in the inner corner of our eye. And it's kind of, as you see, it's kind of going into the tear, the little tear line right there. I want it to do that. That is what I want. And I'm actually using a pretty nice size brush. This is a pretty thick, dense brush. So I can cover a lot of area in a short amount of time. I'm going to take that very first shimmer that's in the Chocolates palette, and right here where there is a gap on, not on the lid, but on the actual eye, where there's that gap between colors, I'm going to fill it with this shimmer. Now that's kind of right on top of where that brown was, and so I'm just kind of going right on top of there with this shimmer. Now I'm going to go back with the brushes that I've been using, and I really want to like marry those colors together. There you go. So it's kind of giving us like a little bit of a highlighted effect, a spotlight effect right on the lid. Alright, and now we're going to take that other shimmer, that first shimmer on the bottom pan out of the Berries palette, and we're going to do the same thing that we did on top. And we're going to take that all over the lid because we have not touched our lid for real yet. So, what you talking about? I'm going to go back into the Chocolates palette, and I'm going to grab that shimmer, the second shimmer color, because it's a little bit lighter. And while I like this first color, I kind of want it to be a little bit more intentional. It doesn't look as intentional as I want it to. It's almost muddying it up a little bit. So I'm just kind of going right on top very lightly with that first, with that second shimmer, so that I can kind of make it really be that spotlight that I want it to be. To blend it out, we're going to use this color that we used, that deep burgundy, and we're actually just going to kind of go across it, almost like encasing that color in. It comes all the way out and meets that nice plum. And so now that I have every color placed where I want it to go, I'm just kind of going in and reinforcing any color that's kind of faded off and been overly blended. I want it to blend together, but I want you to be able to see that these are very distinct colors. I'm going to go into the Violets palette and take that deepest violet color. Now I'm going to use, this is from the Crayon Case Arts and Pigments. The color is called Brick Wall, and I'm using a very small liner brush, and I'm going to go right at my waterline. Or I probably should have did this first. It might would have made it a little bit easier, but it still came out nicely. And as you can see, I'm using the very tip of this brush, and I'm just tapping it inside of these pigments versus using it the kind of traditional way that you would use a liner brush, just so that I could really get that precision and get it all the way up on this waterline. Alright, and then I'm going to go back in with that pink that we had, that hot pink, and layer that one more time, and that's gonna go right under that deepest purple shade. Now y'all know I don't normally do lashes, but I gotta do lashes. Alright, so eyes done. Lashes, what I got them on. Now let's go ahead and do some blush. And because I have already told y'all how versatile these palettes are, you already know that we're going to be using the Berries palette for our blush. And we're going to use this middle color right here. And I'm going to take this nice tapered brush from this blue side, this blue set. I'm just placing it on the apples. I did a very little amount, and once I have it placed where I want it, I'm gonna go ahead and buff it out. And I don't think I want any cheek highlight, to be honest with you. And normally I do love a nice cheek highlight, but I don't want that today. So I am just going to do an inner corner highlight, and I'm going to go from the Violets palette. I'm going to take this lavender color here. This has become my new favorite way to place inner corner highlight. Like, for some reason, doing it with your finger just really digs into the crease better than a brush ever could. I'm going to use Current by MAC. I'm going to take Yoko Matte. This is by Juvia's Place. And I'm painting it, but not to this, but I'm leaving the center. And now I'm going to take Moro Metallic, also by Juvia's Place. So that is it, you guys. I used the Juvia's Place mini eyeshadow palettes, the berry, the chocolate, and I got a little bit of the violet in there. So these palettes were great. I used 9 colors in total to create this look. My goal was 7, so I went above and beyond. You hear me? Please drop down in the comments, tell me which color is your favorite, which palette is your favorite, and give me some ideas for what I should do next. This was so much fun. I really enjoyed it. And do you see this lip? Alright, you guys, so that's it. I'm gonna go take some pictures because I look good. Follow me on Instagram at BeStoStyling, and don't forget to enter into my 500 subscriber giveaway. The deadline is January 30th, so it's coming up. It is quickly approaching. We already got quite a few entries, but you could win. Make sure you click the link up here and it'll tell you how to enter, and I will see y'all next week for another Face Beat Friday. We're not done. Click on this video. Keep watching. Okay? I'll see y'all next time. Did you like it? I didn't conceal my eyebrows today either, so deal with it. Yeah, you like it? You giving me your stamp of approval? What's the name of this color? It's not periwinkle. That's not the color. I can't think of the name of this color. Lavender. Ugh. Okay,